Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. There is a poem written by Kaviஞர் Kannadasan. மனிதன் என்பவன் தெய்வமாகலாம், வாரி வாரி வழங்கும் போது வள்ளலாகலாம், வாழை போல தன்னை தந்து தியாகியாகலாம், உருகி ஓடும் மெழுகு போல ஒளியை தரலாம். மனிதன் என்பவன் தெய்வமாகலாம், தெய்வமாகலாம். அதாவது நீங்கள் பார்க்கும் அல்லது கடவுள் படத்தை காண்பித்து இவர் தெய்வம் அவர் தெய்வம் என்று குறிப்பிடும் பொழுது இயேசுநாதரும் புத்தரும் அல்லாவும் கிறிஸ்துவ மதத்தில் மூத்த வித்தகரான இயேசுநாதரும் இவர்கள் யாவரும் மனிதர்களாக பிறந்து பிறகு தெய்வமானார்கள். மனிதனானவள் பிறந்து தெய்வம் ஆவது என்பது எப்படி என்றால், அவர்கள் முதலில் மனிதர்களை கவர வேண்டும். மனிதர்களை கவருவதற்கு எத்தனையோ வழிகளும் விதிமுறைகளும் இருக்கிறது. இதை நான் எல்லோருக்கும் தெரிவிக்க வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக என்னுடைய உரையை ஆங்கிலத்தில் துவங்குகிறேன். Jai Mata, Jai Bhagavan. I prostrate at the lotus feet of my Guru Sri Rama Devi, Sri Tara Devi and Pujay Sri Bhagavan to keep me intact about the subject which I am going to talk. The subject which I am going to talk knows everybody. It's nothing but a man becoming, or the human being becoming God or goddess. If you take the history of Jesus, the history of Muhammad, the history of Guru Nanak and the history of Buddha, first of all, you should know all are human beings, but they have been kept as God because of their actions and activities through the spiritual way they have shown to the people, which has been attracted by many. But once they preach or once they teach, there would have been good, bad and ugly. People thought ugly of Jesus, then they crucified. Human being crucifixion is done because of the preachings which were not acceptable by some section of the people. Similarly, even the Buddha, even though he has given birth in India, he was not in India, he has migrated to Burma, China, Singapore, Malaysia, like those places wherein now the Buddhism is there heavily. No doubt the Dalai Lama is in India, and the Buddhism also now getting spreaded in India, and people come to know about the Buddha also. Even Buddha also faced some difficult stages while he was preaching or while he was about to spread this Buddhism. He was filled for the meditation. He said, realize yourself the truth. If you take all the pictures of Guru Nanak or Jesus or somebody else, etc., etc., you will say everybody has said only the peace, 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 peace. Peace of the mind, peace for others, peace for yourself. Only once you realize the peace by yourself, you cannot teach or you can say the path of the peace. Now, the people many times forget. Let me take an example in our Tamil Nadu. some of the people take the picture of Karunanidhi, Periyar, and some Jayalalitha. Even though they are the politicians, why their pictures have been celebrated, why they garland, why they shower flowers on their photos or the statues? Because of the love and affection they had with their speeches or with their teachings to the society. The same way, I would like to project our Prime Minister. He has been sent by God for some purpose. If you take, for example, each and everybody in this world, including the creatures, have been sent by God for some purpose. Once this purpose is solved, they will be taken back. So during the purpose serving, people think the purpose has got the affection of the affinity, love and affection, and the requirements of their problems being solved. In that way, their speeches were in existence. They have praised them. After praising, they formed a society. Afterwards, they formed religion. Jesus has not formed the Christianity. Either Buddha has not formed Buddhism. He has only taught. Then people joined together, made as a religion. So the religion is nothing but man-made. Now, coming to the avatara of Rama and Krishna, many people may not like it, but they are the avatar Purushas. For that, there were enough proofs earlier. There are some proofs even now existing throughout the world. As olden people have constructed temples, keeping their vigrahas and telling them they are the avataras. It is left to the people to understand either or to take them as avatara Purushas. Similarly, the avatar Purusha is Mr. Modi. But it's not the spirituality, it is for the people. He has sacrificed his lifestyle, working for more hours than our normal human being. He is meditating, and he is meditating days together without even food, etc., but taking some drinks. And it is not for the people advertisement that he is doing the meditation. It is for himself and for the cause of the world. So such an Atman has to be praised. As we were finding the good, bad and ugly in the older leaders of the various religions, we also have good, bad, ugly with Modi. But see the percentage of all this good, bad, ugly in the society which has been either given or said or done. So it is up to the human level to think the other human being and praise their activities, or having taken the fruits of the activities, just they have to digest those activities and see that others are taking those activities into their hands and proceed further to uplift the society. Here, I am very particular about almost all the people in the world. Everybody has been sent by God for some purpose, including the present leaders, past leaders, present citizens and past citizens. With that good understanding, let us prize the good. The politics is different from the activities. The activities have to merge with the people and for the people, which our PM wants to do. So let us take it in a right spirit. Be in the level of human being, and you compare the activities of yours and compare the activities of a PM or some ministers or from extraordinary human beings. That means their cells have produced some good things in their mind which they are trying to exhibit for the people. I will like to put in this record, for example, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is also human being who is for the people, who is also working similarly, but the degree of working, the degree of the expectation and the degree of the attraction is not so much when compared with PM for the time being. We know or we don't know. It will exceed more than our existing PM because his thoughts will increase. He may put some new thoughts. Here, a point has to be taken. How Mr. Rahul Gandhi will get his full thoughts, provided he sits calmly in a place and go on thinking about the problems or go on thinking about changing his moods and minds, and some good thoughts will come into the mind. These thoughts are given by some extraordinary power. If I am not insisting him to think about God or Goddess, some power within himself which thrown or which showered some thoughts within his mind. And so he is not only the cause for the mind, but he has to bow down his head for the Almighty, which has provoked him to have those thoughts and put him in action for the society. And so, if he is going to become such a nice way, I still remember during the period, after the period of the freedom for India after 1947, up to 1957, I have seen in almost all the houses of my places, all the houses in my street, we will be having in our hall the photo of Jawaharlal Nehru, the photo of Rajendra Prasad, the photo of Rajaji, and the photo of Patel, Subhash Chandra Bose. In a row, there will be about 5 to 6 photos, and every day in the morning we used to show Arati to these photos because Mahatma Gandhi photo was the foremost one, which will be the bigger photo than when compared to the others. These are all the giants with all the human being mind. They lived in jail, not the jail which all the people are, all the people are enjoying nowadays. The jail was something different. Because Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru and other people have suffered in the jail, they made the latest jails with some comforts, thinking that people, those who are coming in the jail, are also human beings. Whereas in those days, not like that. If you see the Andaman jail, Andaman prison, there will be a small room. If you just spread both hands, that will hit the wall. on both sides. That's all the measurements and size, wherein they'll be given a pot for everything has to be done, urination, etc., has to be done in the same way, and they must also take away those things and throw it out by themselves. And then they'll have to work hard, right, from morning to evening. And then they will be given not the food like the menu card you have in our jails. They will be given a very hot pot. So with all this, Gandhi lived for 22 years. Jawaharlal Nehru lived for 15 to 16 years, if I remember. And almost all these human beings lived. And then later on, because of their service, they became a god. So people are prostrated. In those days, when I was a boy, I used to see my father and mother, before casting the vote, they will take bath, they will give arati to all these pictures, and then they will go to the polling booth, and then they poll their votes. That was the sanctity we had. That was the sanctity my father and mother, and those days people had. The attachment between these leaders and the people were very much affectionate with love and affection. That has to be created by every leader. Once a leader creates this, he can also become God. So, kindly don't think that human beings are all going to be till to the end as human beings. Now, many human beings, those who are telling about Mahabharata, those who are teaching and preachings of the Gita Upadesh, those who are teaching about, those who are telling the stories and the histories of Rama, those people are the sacred people. The versions, whatever they say, it's a godly version. And then once they prostrate in front of those, we also started prostrating. And even though we have not seen them, still we approve them. Even though we see them, some may not approve them. And so, kindly, all of you, I request to keep the mind in peace and think every human being is essential for the growth of the globe. Scientists are essential, mathematicians are essentials, doctors are essentials, writers are essentials, singers, artists, everybody essential in this world. And everybody can become God or goddess, provided they are being approved. Maximum, I'm telling you, maximum percentage. There will be always plus and minus in everything. So please take the plus, delete the minus, or point out the minus in a peaceful way, so that the man who has got the minus point will take away, will observe all these things and see that something he gives better for the betterment of the people and for the citizen, especially for our nation. No doubt the troubles, the problems, the nature of living is quite different from other people for PM or for any leader. And so, at this stage, I wish Mr. Rahul Gandhi, kindly have a peace in your mind. As your father-in-law, as your grandfather, as your father, and as your grandma, kindly see that the steps which they have given to the people to follow, that means the steps of Jawaharlal Nehru, the steps of Indira Gandhi, the steps of Rajiv Gandhi, and now the steps of other leaders. So all these leaders, those we have forgotten or those who have been left in this speech, kindly think everybody is God and Goddess, and they have been sent for some purpose. And if you are satisfied about the purpose, you please take them as you like. It is left to your choice. Thank you very much for this opportunity to my Guru Sri Rama Devi and Tara Devi Puja Sri Bhagavan. In my mind, it is said that I have to reveal out this small thing which everybody knows. I have not revealed out anything which you don't know. There was a guru who was preaching for about 200 people. 200 people have been seated on the floor. He was little on the mountain, small hillock. He was sitting there, and after the speech was over for half an hour, then all the people rose up and then they prostrated in front of the guru. Then they sat. Later, this guru has rose up and prostrated in front of the Shishyas. Then Shishyas asked one question, "We have prostrated, why should you do?" Then Guru asked, "What for you are prostrated?" The people, one of the citizen rose and said, "For half an hour you have enlightened us. For that enlightenment, for the speech which you have rendered, respect of the speech, we have prostrated." Then somebody rose up and asked, "Guruji, may I know why should you have prostrated?" Then Guru said, whatever I said, you were going on nodding your heads. Why you were going on nodding your heads of my speech? Because you have understood the every point of it. That means what I have said was not the new thing. All are old things which were all in your mind, which I have kindled, or you have put your brain to understand it. So that made me a great. That is why now I take you all as my gurus and prostrate. So the bhava of Guru Shishya will exist provided in Shishya's mind Guru enters and in Guru's mind Shishya enters. Both merge. This is nothing but merging with Paramatman and Jivatman. So merging with Paramatman and Jivatman is vital. Now, whenever we go for the meditation, we will have the Chinmaya Mudra. The Chinmaya Mudra is like this. 3 fingers will point out, and the thumb, you see here, the thumb is, and thumb and the finger, index finger, joined together. That means the first fingers remove the tamasic, that is laziness in your life. Then you will become rajasic, rajogunam, you will become a raja. Then afterwards you will become sattvic. Sattvic means you will start thinking about the various nature of God and Goddess and the birth of the universe, etc. It will come to your mind automatically. Then a day will come that you will have to ask many questions about the existence of the Paramatman as a Jivatman. So these 2 fingers shows the Paramatman and Jivatman coinciding in the world, that is the circle you find in between. So in this world, Jivatman has to understand the Paramatman and try to combine with this 2. So talking to the Paramatman by Jivatman, or talking by the Jivatman to the Paramatman, or Paramatman to Jivatman, cannot be proved. It has to be experienced. Definitely, Mr. Modi has experienced. Similarly, Mr. Rahul Gandhi also would have experienced. But thing is, their percentage may be little this side or that side for their mind. But for the mind of Paramatman, all are the same. Because Paramatman is the purity of yourself, the purity of sense, purity of the actions. Once the purity exists within yourself, you can become Paramatman. So the purity in actions, purity in words, and purity in everything. Of course, there will be little shake this side or this side, or little fall this side or that side. After all, human being, error is a common. There are two sides of the coins. Everything there are two. Even in our body, we have two hands, two legs, two kidneys, and heart has been split into two. And even your thoughts and minds becoming one time okay, other time not okay. And so, kindly think this important point of the human being becoming God or God becoming human being, etc. Everybody has to live for the peace of the world, peace of the nation, peace of the state, provided they have their peace in their mind. So let us have peace everywhere. Even the expression, let it have the peace, even in the announcements, or even in the actions, or even for the reaction. Let there be peace in existence. Jai Mata, Jai Bhagwan.